All right, good morning, everybody. Today we took two trades. We'll start with Can here. After yesterday, I really wanted to wait for this first 5-minute window to close. That's something we've been working on lately, and we let that go to the wayside yesterday. It didn't work out well for us. So we got back to it. So our first trade here, kind of a 5-minute orb. I was playing it more off of this moving average VWAP break. I only really like to play the orbs if they're in conjunction with this. So I wouldn't necessarily call this a straight 5-minute orb, though it works really well together. I also have been using the 2-minute a lot in the morning, just kind of waiting to see what we're going to get. As you can see here, again, heavy rejection on the moving averages and VWAP. The one negative with my entry here is I actually tried getting it up a little bit higher. I was trying to get in the break here at 23.20 or 23.36-ish range, but this was short shares restricted, so I had to put it in a limit order. Hotkeys don't work there. So unfortunately, it took a quick jump on me, and I got a terrible fill right here, but that's okay. It worked out pretty well still. We ended up covering at the break of our first... Oh, big ink blot again. There we go. At our first break here, which wasn't a huge return, but the price action was a bit weak here. You can see in the 2-minute, we kind of were bouncing off of the 200, so I wanted to make sure I covered a little bit. Once we came back up, I just covered a small amount more, just to be safe. That's also our R4 level we failed to get to, which tends to be a strong upward momentum play, and so I just wanted to make sure I had a little bit of my position out. Then we ended up selling off immediately, which was really nice. Covered at a couple daily levels that we have here. It's kind of hard to see with VPA right here. Once we came down, kind of set a floor, I ended up covering again at that level just to make sure I locked a few more shares in. And then we just let the remaining 20 go. And at that point, we ended up covering on this pullback here. Typically, I like to usually have a break of the VWAP as my stop loss point, but we've been trading a lot lately on the 5-minute 9 moving average. And you can see here, let me go ahead and move this chart over. Yeah, here we go. So you can see here, we pulled up, we closed there, and then we broke it. Came back down and closed there. But on that break, this has been such a strong resistance level lately for a lot of my plays that I just wanted to cover all. We had 10 shares at that point, not a big deal. Really, it would have been nice to put it up here. Just in this situation, it did end up breaking down a little bit further for us, which was nice. But at that point, we were already out. We could have got a really nice low. So originally, our target was the break of this 21 level. This daily's close of yesterday was a really strong level. You can see on our daily chart up here in the top right how strong that level is. So that was our original target. We were going to try and get out at that point. Half of our shares, which was only 5, not a huge deal. And then we were going to hold for this daily level down here, which is a loss of 20. At that point, I don't know if it's going to have a lot more steam to go down. So nice trade. Pretty happy with that one. The other trade we took today was CCL. Ended up basically being break even on this. So here is our first trade. So we started the day super strong, kind of our typical 5-minute, 10-minute ABCD pattern where you've got your A, your B, C. Ideally up here would have been the D. We never made it there. So I went in here on the increased volume. That's what I was looking at. After we came down, tested VWAP, rejected it, closed above, still kind of tested low, and then we came back up. That's when I went long. I was waiting for this volume candle, and it came in, and then just everything kind of disappeared. We had our quick pop on the volume like we expected, and then volume just died. At that point, my stop originally was down here, but I just stopped myself out at this point because it was quite apparent that this trade wasn't going to happen, and I'm really glad I did because it immediately sold off. And then, unfortunately, we re-entered the position on low volume. I actually ended up covering this in a green position. My original goal was 26.80. We never even got close to that. So we went in here, again, same type of thing. Came down, tested the 200. 200 now turned into some really strong support. Every time we came down on it, we shot back up and closed. So soon as we closed above VWAP, I took a long position. We did do a little bit of consolidation testing over the next couple of minutes. Not a big deal. I wasn't too nervous. However, I did not pay attention this time to the volume. Volume was horrible. So what I ended up doing after we got our move, I actually covered at a very small profit and just got my entire position out because I hated the volume and I shouldn't have been in it. I just overlooked it when I re-entered. And you can see on the 5 minute here, it's just was descending all the way down. So I didn't want to be a part of it. I'm glad I did. As soon as you can see on the 5 minute, as soon as we covered, we basically sold off down to the 50 again. So pretty happy with my decision to get out. Not as happy to get in, but it's all about trade management, so that's nice. Ended up going between these two trades. I think we were down like $5 or $6, so not a huge deal. Pretty happy with that risk mitigation. All right, that's all. Oh, one other thing I wanted to talk about was VPA. You can see VPOC here. This was the same level. It's been here all day. So I wasn't sure if this was going to be a support or a resistance level. I'm still trying to figure that part out. It looks like the volume is just so bad that it maybe is not. Doesn't really matter on this today. Maybe if we had increased volume, you can see we actually had a massive, almost 3.7 million volume spike right here at 11:15. But yeah, I'm thinking that this is probably going to be our point of resistance, and we're just not going to go up further than that. Looks like, yeah, we hit that, sold off again. Another massive volume up here at 27, basically. So, all right, perfect. Everyone have a great day. Stay green. Take care.